Hey y'all, welcome to Lovely J Podcast. This is Coco. Y'all, I'm still in my bedroom because it's cold. It is cold in my home. I've got to get up the strength to walk in there. I just had this little small heater going in here. That's what you're in the background. It's like a small bathroom space heater. I gotta find the strength to walk in there and turn on the oven because these so-called people who keep coming in here doing things, they have cut my heat off. And they do it every night. They wait till I go to sleep. And then they come in and do things to my heat. And I wake up and it's freezing cold in here. Yeah. They're not invisible. They are real people. Real people. I'll be sharing some of the things I've seen sometime. But as for right now, I'm just trying to get warm. And I decided to come on and talk with y'all. I don't let it bother me like it used to when it first started happening. And I didn't know what was going on. It really did shape a lot of things for me and how I felt towards people. And to this day, I still, from everything I learned about what's going on with this situation. And then for those of you who are like, what is she talking about? Well, it's a certain thing called gang stalking, and not only gang stalking, but it's stalking by proxy. All I know is some people this has got to be some type of retaliation for something. Because at first I thought it was only happening to me. But now I realize it's not only happening to me. I mean, most of my family members do take part in it, but they're also victims in it too. So it's not just happening to me. It's happening to them too. Most of everything that happens to me, it happens to them first and then it comes to me. Yeah, so let me try to put on some extra clothes in here because it's cold. And I've got to get in that living room and get that kitchen and get that oven going because I can't stay back here in this room all day. I got to get up and I've got things I've got to do. Little toes are froze. Oh, my jacket is in the living room. I'm going to go in there, y'all. Y'all be with me. I'm going to take something with me. I don't know what. Let me grab. I don't want to come back in here. I'm going to just have to tough that coldness out. Because if I come back in here, I may not. If I come back in here, I might not get done the things that I need to get done. So let me just grab a couple of things I need to take with me. And I'm going to leave this heat on in here just in case if I do have to come in here. And y'all, my legs hurt so bad every morning or anytime I get up. My legs hurt so bad. I could just feel on them where they have been twisted. Where things have been done to them. I can feel it. And I felt last night somebody was messing with my toes, but I couldn't wake up. This is so hard to walk. When I first start off, it's hard to walk because I don't know what all they've done to me during the night. Don't ask me how I be knocking out, because I don't know. I've yet to find that out since 2022. And I didn't turn this heat on, I don't know how many times. Well, it's not off. They got it cut off outside. They have it cut off outside, so I can't turn it on and off like I want to. What in the world have they done to this chair? They got all this floated in like that. So this is my first time walking through all day. And y'all hear my cane? Yeah, it sucks. But I need it. because of whatever they're doing to my legs. Cut the oven on. I have another little heater here. Another little space heater that I'm going to plug up. So yeah, when I tell y'all about my life like this, it's because this is the life I'm living. It's not that I'm trying to, you live in your life, you live in your truth. This is my truth. I have to stand in where my truth is at. Otherwise, I'll fall. Come here, little heater. And I got a lot of cleaning to do. And I got to get most of this stuff done today because I'm in therapy now, so because of what they're doing. So now I'm going to have to, it takes a lot for me to go to therapy. I'm going to have to turn this on, y'all. You're going to hear it. I'm in therapy because they hurt me. If the truth be told. That's why I'm in therapy. Because I got hurt. They wait till I go to sleep. And they do all these horrible things to me. Who is they? It's a group of people. I call it a cult. That's what I call it. I call it a cult. Because if somebody can control you into hurting somebody that you don't even know that hasn't done anything to you, then that's a cult. You're in a cult. You're willing to do anything for this organization or this group of people that's out doing things. It's a cult. Now, what I have noticed is that the main characters in my family are sick. Or they are disabled in a way that their mobility is leaving from them. Or they have things going wrong with their homes that normally would not go wrong. A whole bunch of things. You don't find that suspicious? And then all of a sudden a man comes up and again announces that he wants to buy some property. And every time this man is denied the right to buy the property from us, more things happen. So yeah, I believe that people are hired to come and do that, to run us off, to get us to sell. That's all it is. I told you, it's retaliation. But my God told me, don't do nothing. Just try to keep myself up and well because he knows that's a lot on me. See, God already knows. He knows what I can and cannot do. But vengeance is his. He's taking lead on this, and I trust him at it. And those of you who want to say that people are crazy for believing in God, it's one thing to believe in God and have a sane mind, but it's a different thing to use God as your excuse to be crazy. Because, some people talk crazy to you about God and use it as an excuse to hurt you or do anything to you. Now, that's one thing that I know for a fact right there, too, is that I have seen where people have been in the psychotic stages and would use the Bible as an excuse to hurt somebody or to point things out versus, just saying what they would need to say. I've seen this. So the God that I'm serving has me sane because I still got love in my heart for my enemies. I would be giving away my secrets when Okay, guys, I am back. I had to take a phone call. But do y'all hear this? They just cut my heat on. And I grabbed my new cell phone because I'm switching over cell phones only to find out they done took the SIM card. What? I just got this phone. This phone ain't even 5 days old. Y'all don't be understanding how ruthless this system is. They take stuff that they should not be taking. First of all, they're violating my privacy. They're coming in on my home doing things that shouldn't be done. My home should not be set up with cameras and speakers and all that, and people coming in and out of my house as they choose. And taking my stuff, then putting it back. Just like yesterday. I know I had to do a video for TikTok, and my seasoning, the Berea seasoning, was not here for my video that I had to do. And I had to tell the people, well, I already used it, so I don't have it. But that seasoning wasn't here. And then all of a sudden, my son walks up and says, oh, look at this seasoning right here. That's some good seasoning. All of a sudden, the seasoning is back. So, yeah, that's a trigger for me. Because I searched all these counters, and I didn't see that seasoning. All of these counters and my table. I need to clean the mess off so I know what I got and where it's at. But I searched all of this, and at the time, I did not see the seasoning. And now the seasoning is back. You see, this is the kind of manipulation and games and gaslighting that these people do. And they do hire your family members to help do it, because how else they're going to know a lot about you without including your family members in it to go against you. And the ultimate betrayal out here that hurts you more than any kind of betrayal in this whole entire world, even if you've been married for years, that don't hurt as much as a family member that you trusted. That hurts. Now, I'm not saying betrayal in marriages don't hurt, but what I'm saying is when it's a family member. See, a husband, he come from different stock. That's why he's your husband. But when you look and you see that this is your blood family going against you, that's a whole different thing. And what makes me more upset is that they so blind that they don't see they doing them the same way too. So why take part in this stuff? But yeah, I got up and I was looking to see the date on my new phone, and now I see that there's no SIM card in it. So it says no SIM, no service. I had SIM cards in my phone. I had it. Now I've got to call and get some SIM cards for the phones, for both of them. That's the kind of thing they like to do, is inconvenience you. Likes to make life harder. But they did just turn the heat on. I'm not even saying thank you, because that heat was mine anyway. All night long. All night long. See, I sleep with a little small heater in my room, so I can stay warm, in case if the heat is not on. But when you come in this living room, it's a different story. It's freezing in here. It's cold. But I'm sharing my part of my story in my life, because one day somebody's going to hear these stories and they're going to say, oh my God, I know somebody that this exact thing happened to. I would love to get some justice for this, and I do believe I will. I'm going to see justice. I'm going to see justice, but it's not going to be in maybe the worldly way, but in the spirit, I'm going to see justice. And nobody can take that spirit of the living God up out of me, because he was with me from the time I was a child. When I ain't had nobody to talk to about anything I was going through, before I knew anything about any therapy or anything, I was talking to Dr. Jesus. I remember being 7 years old, up in the closet. At that age, I was tired of life, because I got tired of getting beat on. At 7 years old, you beating and you whooping these children, and that's a lot of pressure on a child. And I found myself, I didn't want to live anymore when I was that age. I didn't grab the belt, went into the closet, and I thought I was going to just do away with myself. But you know what? Excuse me, I'm yawning now. Tell them what they didn't put in the filters and things. Got in that closet, and this big, bright, warm feeling came in there with me. And it felt like it just wrapped its arms around me. Now, it's one other time that I felt like that, where it was like thick, where the spirit was thick. And that was when my daddy passed. And I realized that I was going to have to go through this life on my own and not be able to trust family. That was a hurtful feeling. But yet and still, that same love that I felt when I was 7, I felt it then. And that's what's carrying me. It's not that I don't feel the pain and pressures of what these people are doing. But when I was in that closet 7 years old, and I remember the preacher saying, read the red parts is what Jesus said. See, y'all think kids don't be listening when you be preaching. But kids do be listening. My grandchildren ask all the time, what did that mean? Because some of y'all be trying to confuse them with your preaching. Yup. They be listening. And I got girls that I had taught to question and study and show themselves approved. And that's what they do. So they're going to question when you get talking foolish up there on that pulpit and they don't understand what you're saying. They coming to grandma and we going to straighten it out. Because some of y'all up there deceiving people. You want them to believe that you're a preacher, but the whole time you so evil. Black tongue. You can always tell a child dog because they got a black tongue. Some of y'all got black tongues up in the pulpit. Don't mean these kids no good. Don't even mean yourself no good. Anyways, when I was 7, and I hope y'all can hear me over these heats because it's loud in here right now because it's so cold. I'm having to leave the heat on. But I took that same belt, and instead of putting it around my neck, I put it around my hand, and I began to pray for no more whippings. I was fed up at 7. Done been through so much. That's when my spiritual strength started kicking in. And just like the Bible said, we'll stray away, but we're coming back. If you train it in us, if you raise it in us, we may get older and try to go do our own thing. But once we find out our own thing not working, we coming back. And that's why God always has a door open for his own children, because he knows us better than anybody. But for somebody to try to condemn people and give them their set type of punishment just because we're doing something that you don't like, because we exist, because we're black, and you don't want black people in your communities, so you got to make it seem like we're crazy and involve other black people in it. You got to make it seem like we are all, disabled, or we have such bad conditions going on to cover yourself up with our health. You know what you did. You know what you put in the food. I remember food that did not taste like food. It didn't taste like food for a long time here. And I had to stop eating here. That's when I stopped buying so much grocery. And I see now I got to even be careful with my seasonings. Because, I did slow up on seasonings too, because they were putting things in the seasonings and the seasoning were just clunking up. You know how seasoning, you usually just pour it out. But whatever they were putting in it, it was causing it to clunk up. And so I just, every time I cook something, I just buy another seasoning. So probably got like 5-6 garlic bottles, 5-6 onion powder bottles, because I just didn't trust it like that. I stopped trusting it. Once you start getting that egg belch, somebody didn't poison you, right? That's what it was. I stopped after that. But now they done got a SIM card to my new phone. The SIM card was in here yesterday. It was in here when I got the phone. And now there's There's nothing in here. And I'm not putting this one in there because this one belongs with this phone. And I'm not finna do that. That is so wrong to do people like that. Coming here messing with private property. And it's all over, like I said, it's over land. It's over some other things too. This is a retaliation process. And it's done to try to make certain ones look crazy. But for the family members who have joined in on this, I'm here to tell you in 2025, you better get your heart right with God. Because these same people you up under is doing the same thing to you that they doing to me. Ain't nobody off limits. I didn't peep this thing. I didn't see y'all got things on y'all that I know I've seen on me before. So you might as well stop trying to act like you one of them. Well, you may very well be one of them. I'm not going to try to tell you I'm not trying to tell you which choice to make. All I can tell you is that doing things to people who ain't done nothing to you, that's called evil. And that's how I look at you. If you do something to me or try to manipulate my mind, try to make me believe something that, like, trying to convince me and make me believe that seasoning been there the whole time when I was just going to do a video. Go watch my videos. No, I had to put up the thing. I had to pull it up and do a highlight of it. Where I said on the video, well, I don't have the Berea seasoning because I used it up because I didn't have the package. And now today I'm looking right at it. Yesterday, actually it was Saturday, somebody came in here and brought some festive taco turkey meat and left it sitting on the floor as if I didn't put my groceries up. Now, hear this. I brought festive taco meat the other day. I looked for that meat and and you know what? That meat was nowhere in this house to be found. So the meat they brought back, yeah, it was mine. Because they took it. They took it. And they brought it back when they wanted to bring it back. See, that's the type of things that I'm going on, that I'm dealing with. And I do believe that's an inside job. I believe that's an inside job. I went to go put my groceries up and that meat was nowhere to be found. And how do I know this? Because I had said the next day I was going to cook the turkey tacos after the chicken tacos. So I went to go put the meat up and put my groceries up, and that meat was nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. I know I'm saying a lot that's hard to unpack, but it's just the truth. It's where my life is at right now. It's what's really going on in my life. Character assassination. The Bible speaks of it. I know I keep saying the Bible, but I am a spiritual person. I am a godly person. I consider myself God's child. When nobody wanted me out here in these streets, God did. And it's not a form of psychosis. If that's the case, go get the preachers. If that's the case, go get the preachers and the teachers, because they got psychosis too then. And I know some of them really do though, because I know what it's like to see somebody with psychosis. I do. And I know what it's like to see somebody with paranoia obsessions. I know that too. I've studied mental health for a long time. And I've studied these people who are doing this. And I can tell you that they are not the sharpest tacks in the bunch. The people that are doing this have low self-esteem. They need to feel validated. And they probably need money, just like anybody else. Probably trying to keep up a lifestyle or a habit. Because most of the time, the people that they send to do the works are addicts. They are addicts. That's who they send to do, the horrible acts. And there's something else that they've done to me that I'm not going to talk about right now, but I may talk about in the near future once I'm completely, I wouldn't say completely healed, but right now I'm not healed of that. In my mind. In my mind, I'm still dealing with it. So I got to wait till my mind comes to terms with what has happened before I can talk about it. But I'm glad to have my heat on. Thank you, God. I'm thanking God, not those who cut it off. I'm thanking God. And you know what else? I don't have a problem with any one of my family members. I love everybody. But for some reason, they chose me to be the target. They chose me. There's nothing they compete in everything. Cooking, drawing, whatever you decide to do, they're going to come and act like, oh, look, it's my idea. Well, I don't care if you copy or mark what I do. I hope I do something that inspires you to be you. Because that's what I'm being. I'm being me. I don't care what goes on. I'm going to be me. But yeah, you got to watch out for those family members with black tongues and black eyes. You don't see no light in their eyes? You better watch out for them. They're on the other side. I don't care if they sing in a choir. That don't mean they ain't evil. I know evil people who sung in church for years and couldn't wait to scandalize somebody's name. So, I'm going to be trying the Vital Hustle. Change that. I'm going to be trying the Vital Hustle protein shake today. And I'm going to let you guys know how that is. It's Kevin Hart's product and is actually just one of the products that I'm promoting. And you can check me out on TikTok, Jamie the Advocate, and see a lot more of the products that I'm promoting for TikTok. And I'm going to end with this. To some, I sound crazy when I'm talking about. To others, you know exactly what I'm talking about because you're part of the problem. You take part in these things toward people who haven't done anything to you. All you got to see is that their name is flagged and you start treating them different. You start acting different around them. I'll never forget that beach trip when I was sitting there and then all of a sudden it was like somebody signaled, move back. And everybody moved back away from me that was in my family. I saw that. I saw when I was at my high school class reunion. I got up to dance. The floor was full. Just so happened I had my camera on. Then when I got up to dance, everybody backed off and started looking at their phones. So when you think that somebody is, paranoid or delusional, I just let the videos show for themselves. 2025, if you do something to me and I got proof of it, you're going to be exposed. We're not playing these games no more with y'all. Because you're a person just like I'm a person. So I'm saying that up front. You do something to me, it's going to be exposed. I got a board in here. Every day, every night, this board, when it has fell, it has been a straight board. Somebody came in here and changed that. They went through the lengths of buying a bad board that's warped and took my good board that I had to fix my floor with. And my floor been waiting over a year to be fixed. I've been waiting back here with this stuff in this room, the commode and all that. I got to save up some money and hire somebody to do it. Because the same person did that to the season. And the same person, well, we not say that. Because if somebody hit me or growl at me, I'm going off. I don't give a flying hoot. I'm not playing about me no more. These people not coming up in my face in 2025 and going to be playing in my face. I don't care if you my children, my cousins, my siblings. You not playing in my face 2025. Just like I said, I know that this is an inside job what's going on. A lot of it is. It's retaliation. Greed, money. It's all about all of that. People want property. People want to sell property. People want to steal property. People want to be kings and queens. Pins. That's what it's all about. But God is good. He got y'all. He got y'all. You better get your heart right instead of trying to come around doing things to innocent people. And you better stop touching my mama. Both of them. Because I can see clearly what you're doing to them. I've never seen them like they are now. How does all of us go from laughing and joking with one another, just living our everyday life, to everybody's disabled the same year? I mean, disabled in a bad physical way. First, it started out, you look at my brother. He can't walk. My mama barely can walk. My biological mama, she laid up in a rehab, can't walk. Come on. I got siblings on walkers and canes. In the handbook, that's what it says they do, is they disable you. And so far, that's what they are doing. Now, if you are a prayer warrior and you're listening to this, I want you to go in hard for me and my family. Because at the same time, while they're disabling some are also taking part in this mass attack. Because it's not just on me. It's not just on me. It's on many of us. I need you to go in your prayer warrior mode and ask the Holy Spirit what it is that you need to pray for concerning the Boughton family. Because ever since that woman came around with that man, they called themselves, I believe, throwing curses and speaking evil over this property and over the people that was living here at the time. And at the time, the ones that were living here are the ones that I'm noticing that are being really attacked. We even lost a cousin here. He passed away. He was young. So that was the beginning of something ain't right. That was the beginning of it. And now as we're going into 2025, as I said, don't come in my face playing. Because when I call you out, get mad, huff and puff, but you better not touch me. The Bible says, touch not my anointed. You're going to see what God is really about. He's going to show you. He's already showing you some things now. But he's going to go deeper into that. So you better, I would rather be on God's side than going against God. Do you know how much people who are against God, they don't have no joy in their life. They're miserable. That's why they have to join forces to do things like this. I look at some of the people in my family that are part of this. They don't look the same to me. They think they be manipulating and ghosting and gaslighting me. But I look at them and I look at me. I say, look, I'm a single woman. I'm here. I'm going through all kind of sexual abuse. Sexual abuse, anything. You touching my body. You're doing things to my body, right? So I'm going through all of this hell up in this house. But still don't look as bad as they do. And I ain't trying to be ugly or nasty with it. But look at you and look at me. That's because I carry the glory of God with me. That's because I'm truly resting and believing in God. That's because I ain't got the evil in my bones that some got. I'm not out here chasing to be part of anything except the kingdom of God. Some of y'all out here chasing and want to be known for the organizations you're in and things. Them organizations ain't help you. Look at you. You're in the same place you was in last year, year before. They is not helping you. I don't care if it's a lottery pool or some big name organization. Ain't but one man can do it for you. And that's the Lord. Because these other men y'all leaning and depending on, they not doing it. They're not doing it for you. Anyways, I've talked enough. I got to cook me something to eat. And I'm going to cook me something to eat. And what else? And I'm going to clean up some. Because y'all, I got a mess here. I think I told y'all about it yesterday. I've got things left right here. I've got to put this stuff in order because just like yesterday, that seasoning comes back. I need to be able to see what's going on. And right now, after the holidays, I know it's around the 13th, but I still got holiday stuff out in here. So I got to get all that up. Get it done the right way. All right. Peace, love, and happiness. Y'all have a great one.